I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. I'm a longtime financial planner, and these days I'm seeing more and more clients reach not just their retirement years, but their final years. As an especially important issue at this stage of life is how do you protect your financial resources from a especially unexpected threat? And that threat is yourself and those closest to you. One of my saddest professional experiences came recently when one of my long-term clients, a man in his late 80s with no family and very few close friends, was diagnosed with early Alzheimer's. Ernie, he was prepared for this. He had both a financial and a health power of attorney in place, naming his niece, who was also a beneficiary of the estate and lived out of state, as his agent. He had also signed a letter of direction that our firm provides clients, giving us permission to contact his niece if we had any concerns about Ernie's behavior. So what possibly could go wrong? At what proved to be our final financial planning review meeting, we asked Ernie to have his niece present so that we could bring her up to date about Ernie's financial planning and investments. The niece didn't appear to have a lot of financial experience or understanding, but that isn't unusual. Neither did Ernie. Throughout the meeting, which seemed to go well, Ernie appeared cognitively sharp and present. Shortly after the meeting, we received a notice from our custodian, the one that we use for client accounts, that the niece contacted them directly, instructing that we be removed from Ernie's accounts and that she have full control of the funds. The niece never contacted us nor gave us a reason for the termination of our services. I was pretty stunned. Yet ethically, we were required to comply with her wishes by turning over Ernie's holdings to the niece, who clearly lacked the financial expertise to manage the portfolio. To complicate matters further, we found out that the niece had moved Ernie into a memory care unit, and because of the COVID-19 lockdown, we were unable to meet with him to confirm that he was aware and he approved of firing us as his financial planner. All this seemed a red flag for a type of elder abuse, extortion. I made a number of calls to our custodian, Ernie's attorney, our attorney, and the state to see what could be done to protect Ernie from any wrongdoing by the niece. My attorney eventually said, "Rick, it sounds like you've done all you can do under these circumstances. The problem in cases like this is that if the client is legally competent, the law doesn't do much to protect oneself against making bad decisions." Ernie's bad decision, in this case, was appointing someone as his power of attorney who wasn't informed of his affairs or competent to manage them, who also had a financial conflict of interest in being a beneficiary of the funds. In the past, I have rarely questioned the integrity of someone a client wanted to appoint to hold their power of attorney. While I've asked about their competence, it's never been a big issue, especially because of our involvement. I naively assumed that anyone vested with the weighty responsibility of looking after the financial affairs of another person would be relieved to have an experienced fiduciary financial planner to help them. I now may need to develop strategies to help clients better protect themselves. No one wants to consider the possibility of a mental decline, but it's essential to do just that. Given the effort that you've spent on building financial resources for old age, it's really vital to carefully consider who you will give complete control of those resources to before you name them. They need to know, and they need to have the knowledge and the understanding, the good sense and integrity to manage and use your resources to generously support you rather than themselves. Thanks for listening.